Hello all. Welcome to Epicycle Judges podcast. And I, Suyo Kulkarni, host for this session, welcome you all. With me, there are total 7 judges in this panel and who are from different backgrounds and they have evaluated our Epicycle teams. This podcast session will help our teams to understand what judges expect and how is it being as a judge and what it is like to be as a judge and as an evaluator. So I think this discussion is going to be interesting and quite insightful for our student community. Before we proceed, I would like to have a round of introduction of all. So let us start with host first. So I'm Suyo Kulkarni, lead mentor for Epicycle season 2020. I'm working with Eaton India Innovation Center, Pune. I have associated with Epicycle from last 6 years, and right now I'm host for this podcast. We can go one by one. I would request Ankit sir to give his introduction. Ankit sir.
So, hello, sir. Hello, everyone. First of all, thank you all for organizing such an event. And after session, after event, after a physical event, to organize such a forum in which all the judges have to say something and have to share their experience. So I'm very delighted to know that this session is going to happen and very excited about it. Uh, about me, I am in an engine design department and I'm been a part of Maruti since the last 6 years. So what I expected in my from my teams, which I have just was mainly the design part, design report, and the simulation report, in which I think I might be a little bit rough with them on those aspects. So, but it was very insightful from my side, and it was my teams were also very they were very excited to know that how they can improve their design. So it was it was 3 hours. So we didn't get any time to know how these 3 hours passed away. And yes, this is a virtual event. Is again first time we are facing this kind of event. I have just Supra also, but in physical event, not like virtually. So there were some challenges also, which we will discuss, I think, later on. And overall, it's good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ankit sir. Rahul sir.
Hello all. This is Rahul. I have total of 6.5 years of experience in industry. So Maruti, I have joined 2 years back. So this is my second company. And regarding Epicycle judging event, this is kind of first experience for me to have participated in such kind of event and to interact with students of different colleges on Epicycle criterias, all the design, CAE, and business plan. Overall, it is a quite very good learning experience for me also, and to share whatever experience I have gained in these years to share with the students. So that is one of the nice thing I have done in these two last weekends. So that is a productive weekend, I can say. So thank you, Epicycle, for that, giving me such kind of opportunity. This is from my side.
Yes, thank you, Rahul sir. And I can relate to your experience that it is quite exciting for all of us also to interact with college teams because it reminds our experiences and those things from the college. Yes, Sahil sir.
Yeah, hello everyone. Myself Sahil Bangia, and I have an overall 7 years of industry experience. With FE Cycle, I have been associated also for last 7 years. So till now, we have seen the physical events and the virtual events in combinations, but this time it was virtual alone. So it was really challenging, I guess, for the students also because technically also there were many issues with the audio video, and in these times, in these difficult times in COVID situation, they are putting a lot of efforts towards the design and calculations of the vehicle. And in these past 7 years of my experience association with the FE Cycle, I felt that there's always something to learn from the students, which you gain as an experience, as a new thing every time. So every time a new thing definitely you'll gain from the students. So that's a very good experience and a good knowledge sharing between the industry and academia.
Yes, sir. Right. Rightly mentioned that we get new things to learn from the students, and yes, it is perfectly correct. Thank you, sir. Harvinder, sir.
Hello everyone, this is Harvinder, and I've been associated with Maruti for last 2 years, and I have experience of around 7 years in the industry. I've been working mostly in telematics domain from last 7 years. So it was really delighting to see the students incorporating various advanced technology in their system. So starting from GPS and other sensors, whole sensors and all. So it was quite interesting, and uh, they also brought to the table many interesting ideas. So which maybe we will be discussing down the line. And it was a great experience being a part of the event.
Yes,
And
sir.
thanks for organizing this podcast also.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And this is the first time that we are going with the podcast session in this FE cycle entire journey. This is the first time that we are having podcast for this season. Harsha, sir.
Good evening to all. My name is Harsha, and I did my BTech from NIT Jamshedpur and joined Maruti Suzuki in 2013. And I was really impressed with the way that most of the teams participated in this FE cycle event. And it also gave me a wonderful experience to evaluate them, share my experiences with them, and also suggest few improvement ideas which they can take it forward for the future. So I really congratulate the FE Cycle organizing committee and all the associated members in making this event a very successful one. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Shekhar, sir.
Hello, good evening all. First of all, thank you for this podcast session, and I'm very delighted to share my experience. Not only me, but I think everyone is very delighted to talk after this event on the experience. The journey started from the first evaluation, then second evaluation. Each time, each evaluation was very different. Before that, I would like to introduce myself. I'm working in the HVAC system as a design field and a CFD. Earlier to this, I have experience in CAE, CFD for the 10 years. And this is the first time I'm participating as a judge in the FE cycle. So what I learned from basically it's a learning. It was a learning for me and I think everyone from the students that we evaluated at this stage at the engineering. They are doing a complete plan from the scratch to the marketing strategies, design, CAE. So it's very advanced system, I would say. Student, even though in the pandemic situation, there is no physical model, but I didn't observe any such a thing that students are means, they are having some problem. They have shown the full enthusiasm in their total evaluation throughout the evaluation. So I would say this level for them and for me, both the stages for the learning from the student, something I shared my experience, shared my past things I missed somewhere, so that they can improve their model and again the presentation in the very good manner. So overall, thank you for this opportunity. And that's all from my side. Over to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Pratik, sir, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. Hey, hi everyone. Pratik, my name is Pratik Bansal. I've been associated with FE Cycle for almost last 8 years, starting way back in 2012 when I actually participated in the competition as just a team member. But later on, once I graduated from the college, I have been a part of alumni committee and judging committee. All thanks to Jitendra sir, and I really thank him for getting me back on track. I think once I moved out from there and from that particular domain of automobiles and everything and moved to US, it was very difficult for us to be back on track with FE and other competitions. But with this virtual event this year, I think it was really beneficial for me and a couple of other guys whom Jitendra San brought back into the committee. And it was a really overall fun experience, nice experience, particularly for me because my domain area is more related towards manufacturing and domestic expansions. So I'll say business plan and cost reporting is something which I can evaluate in a very, very good manner. But getting back to all those CAE and all those things, it was actually a relearning curve for me. Even the stress strain curve, I had to literally sit for a couple of days before just to go through all those questions and get back my memory back and actually just refreshing my memory. But it was a good learning curve for me as well. But thank you everyone for hosting this session as well as nominating me and a couple of other guys for this judging event.
Okay. Yes, and I think if we change our field, then touch with the engineering, maybe we need to refresh, and that's what you said, that you need to go back to engineering to evaluate these teams. So yeah, that's a great.
2014, man. Yeah, I left all this mechanical thing in 2014. I was just involved with all this business side of any company. So it's been 6 years, but it was really a good experience for me right now.
Yes, yes. And or I can say, we are lucky that we do not have mathematics here. Otherwise, you need to go back and study M1, M2, M3 to evaluate these engineering teams. So yeah, but that's good. Quite a good introduction of all. And so as we have completed our evaluations today only, some of the evaluations are completed, and the weekend before this. So all the evaluations are complete, and what the purpose of this session is to understand or to make students understand that what we expect as judges or evaluators and what should they do more, and along with that your experience some funny moments during the evaluations. So I would go or I would direct some of the questions to the person um, randomly, as this is a podcast, so we will have all these discussions going randomly and quite in lighter mood. If anyone want to add anything, they can just ping their message or raise a hand, so that I can ask you to add anything whenever required. So let us understand that how was your interactions with your teams whenever you are proposing some idea where the teams receptive enough. I would like to ask Shekhar sir to add on these things, that were the teams receptive enough to the new ideas, and how was the interaction with the teams? Was it a smooth interaction or a debate kind of interaction? So Shekhar sir, yeah.
Thank you, Suyog sir, for this. I would definitely share the experience. I have experienced the students, first of all. Uh, they were so means crazy, means how this evaluation will go on and what the judges will ask the questions to them, and what whether the conversation will go on the one side or debate mode. So it was very good thing, and students very adaptive for the new technologies. I have asked so many questions about that was not in the question bank also, about the technology of electric vehicle and electric and manual, how the combination will work. So almost I would say they have answered very satisfactory. So I observed the students were so adaptive to the new technologies. They have searched a lot from the internet, market survey, or from their past students also, seniors also. They have asked so many things. They have shared a lot of with us that how did they design, how did they calculation for the CAE, and at the I think CAE is very nice part of their evaluation. They have learned how to do CAE. They, what are the CAE analysis are done in the industry. So and again we have the standard format that SAE have done. So based on that, they took all the efforts to put their 100%. The current
Yes, sir.
format and the latest technology corporate they have incorporated in very well manner.
Yes, sir.
Over to you, sir.
Like as I can sense from your thoughts that teams were quite receptive, and they were getting whatever all the things you were saying. They were kind of receptive enough, and they will try to implement those things. Also, from the CAE part, most of the things are new for the teams, because in the colleges or at the undergraduate level,
Yes.
CAE is not that much taught in the colleges. So I think from the CAE part, whatever suggestions what judges have given to the teams, and as a mentor, I have also got some feedback from our teams that suggestions from the judges were quite good, and we will try to implement those things for the next session also, next year also.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
just one reminder here, we have 5 minutes remaining to end this session. As this is a Zoom meeting, we would again join with the same link for this session. Thank you, Shekhar sir, for your thoughts. I would go with Ankit sir for the next question, that what were some of the common mistakes or assumptions made by the teams that you judge, and you wish to specifically address? Any assumptions you think that they should not be taken as assumptions, and there should be a data for that? Ankit sir.
Okay, so for this question, I think of all the teams which I have just, none of them have considered the fastener designs. First of all, none of them have considered the fasteners which they have used. It was just like they have got it from the other previous batch, or they have got it from some random vendors. So fastener design is one thing I would like to specify to all these students or the future teams which are going to participate. Second thing is about the chain and sprocket simulations. So this is again something which they buy from directly market, 9 cassette speed or 9 speed drive. They just buy it from the market, and they never go into the details that how much should be the pitch of a chain, or how much should be the dia. They do all the calculations, but they never correlate with the simulation part or the design part of those things. And third thing is obviously from CAE, as everybody is talking about. So everyone has done CAE, and as you also mentioned that in college, it is very difficult for them to have an idea of simulation. So from simulation, I've told my teams that please mention the mesh size and the mesh type which you are using, because some of the teams, they have used I don't know whether how many of you can relate it, but many of the students, they have used triangular meshes. I don't know why they have used triangular mesh type, but they have done so. So I told them either to use tetrahedral or hexahedral if possible. And the size of the mesh, it's mentioned in the rule book, it could be between 5 to 15 mm size of element. But whenever you will ask them that how much, why you have chosen this much, why 5 or why 15 or why 10, they generally do not have any background or backup of that. So I try to tell them, and I expect from next year also that they will have more idea of how to choose a mesh type, and what should be the element size for every component, obviously. from costing point of view, I think none of them have considered the consumable cost. Whatever the consumables they are having in their factory, they have not considered it. So that is from the costing part. And from finally from the business plan, I think they have done a very good job, I would say, but they have not considered the allocation of area. Then how much will be the material allocation area percentage wise of their plant, or how much will be the weldability area. But I've told them, and they were very receptive. They were very excited to, okay, we can do this thing also. So it was like that. So from my side, these are the few things which I think were missed and should be incorporated.
Okay, Ankit sir. I think I would also quite resonate with your things that CAE and for the costing, both of these things. Whenever as a mentor, I used to review these things. If I ask some question from the software or anything, the answers were like, okay, sir, we know these things, and then we gave some references to them as a mentor, but it is up to them to go through that and again to evaluate or to mention or refer that. And also in this season we had some workshops for CAE also at the start itself. Yeah, so I think that might have improved some level of our students. Okay. I think here we have only 20 seconds left. We will rejoin again this session, and we will continue from that. So Rahul sir, if you want to add anything for the next season of Epicycle in the rule book, what would you suggest for addition in the rule book?
Okay, so what I have understand while judging the teams, that whenever they are doing any design related to ergonomics or seating related stuff, so there they have mostly considered the person who is driving from the team. So whatever the weight considerations, height dimension considerations, so they have considered the person who is driving from their own team. So all the design specifications of the frame, all the paddle position, and all the stuffs are according to that person only. So most of the time I have advised for both the teams which I have judged that they should have a literature survey regarding what is the standard in the industry. So because at the end they are preparing a business plan to launch their vehicle in the market, so it should be accepted globally or accepted in the region wise. So they should collect the literature data regarding that stuff. So in the rule book, we should mention that this mannequin should be used, or the weight of the person, individual person, should be around this, because we have mentioned that complete system weight is this much, and according to that, additional payload should be, vehicle should carry payload. So these stuffs can be added in the rule book, as well as related to CAE, adding to the Ankit San's information, that most of the students which I have judged, they are either from second year or third year. So maybe from mentor side, or maybe from Epicycle side, additional information regarding what is basics of CAE, that you already mentioned that you have taken a mentoring session related to CAE. But a bit more information if they have, they can do the background study work, so that they can use more effectively, and that will be beneficiary to them also. And if that is added in the rule book, because most of the things which they have done is according to rule book, they have followed it like a bible. So all the stuffs they have ditto, they have used each and every design as per the rule book. All the CAE activities need to be completed as per the rule book, they have done it. But a bit information of CAE, if it is added in the rule book, then they will definitely do the literature survey, and they will definitely have the information regarding that.
Yes,
So
yes.
that I think that is one of the suggestion from my side.
Yes, I think from the CAE part, you are right that if we add that in the rule book, then it is kind of mandatory thing for all the teams, and they'll do it. Yeah, Sahil sir, you would like to add in these things?
Yes, very rightly said by Rahul San about CAE. I also felt so. What I would like to add in this is regarding the electric mobility. Since this was an e-mobility season, for the next season, maybe we can be more futuristic. As we have seen, there are many electrical companies coming in the market, and there will be demand for many electrical engineers. So some things, advanced things like battery management system, should be there in the rule book as well, because this is the call of the market. These things will have to come in the future, and if the students are grab this knowledge in their graduation, that would be very beneficial to the industry as a whole. So mainly related things to the controller, motor, and battery management system, they should be specifically added.
Yes, sir. Perfect. And noted this point that with the electrical things, also teams need to study more, because whatever we see here as a participant, most of the participants are from the mechanical background. And in recent years, we are seeing some participants from electrical backgrounds also. So yeah, I think you have mentioned it rightly. Uh, yes, Harvinder sir, you would like to add here? Or
Yes, so I would like to add one thing.
I have something for you, that whatever evaluations that you conducted, were there some innovative things or interesting things you picked from the sessions? And if you remember, yes, sir, Harvinder sir.
Yes, so from interesting point of view, so what I would like to add here is, one of the team, they were having alcohol sensor in the vehicle. Okay, and they were saying we have even tested it. So my obvious question was, who who was the one who actually drank the alcohol to test it? And they were saying we made some of the family members to drink alcohol, and it was really so, so I already told them that you guys are lying actually,
Mhm.
or for using your family members for experimenting is not a right thing. But it was quite interesting. So one was alcohol sensor. They were having pulse sensor also from health point of view. So health monitoring they were doing in the same vehicle, and also they had plans of incorporating GPS and infotainment system also in the same vehicle. On the rule book point, I had one addition. Okay, so why are we restricting the students to have two wheels in the front and only one wheel in their rear? Maybe we can give them a freedom to choose the configuration. Okay, second,
Yes.
why to make it two-seater only? Maybe multiple seats they can incorporate, okay, from their configuration point of view, because it will be good when they are pitching it for sales. Because right now, this being a two-seater, it is like having a bike. So why will someone go for this rather than having a bike? So that is an obvious question which comes to our mind. So I think this kind of freedom we can give to them. We can consider this if
Yes,
this
sir.
can be given.
Yes, sir. I think Gaur sir would be the right person to answer this. But just to add here, like there are from the FE cycle vision, we are trying to amalgamate two things here, like whatever the industry practices or whatever is going on as in the environment, and that we are trying to amalgamate with the competition as a target. So as these vehicles are for the competitions, so we need to maintain some of the things common, or we need to have some level for all the teams, so that we can judge there on the right platform. So this is the one thing, that's why we are having two-seater, but surely we have given them a freedom for accommodating the seats as adjacent or one behind the other, that is longitudinal. So that freedom is with them. And with respect to tadpole configuration, yes, I would give this question or pass on this question to Gaur sir after this discussion. And in the past years, as I remember, we were having both configuration, tadpole and delta. But yes, right now I would pass on this question to Gaur sir after this discussion. Yeah, but thank you for your feedback and additions in the rule book. Thank you, sir. Um yes, Pratik sir, I would like to ask like to understand your thoughts from you that why do you think projects like FE cycle should be taken up by undergraduate students?
Okay, I think me being a participant a couple of years back, I think this participating in this competition will give you a lot of good information and a platform, particularly to go back into the market, do some research work, get some hands-on in all the CAE stuff that we were discussing from past couple of questions. And I mean, because as a Indian education system, if you go to any BTech college, you won't get all those things, right? Even if there might be a couple of subjects, industrial engineering, operations management, but you won't go to the actual crux of the business to understand how an industry looks like, how a plant layout looks like. But when it comes to competitions like this, and when we are supposed to present a business plan, then students definitely go back. It depends on the level of research they are doing, but definitely the whole intent of this entire event is to go and ask students to do some market research and do enhance their technical concepts. So I think as undergraduate students in India particularly, all these concepts are something, or all these topics are something which are left out from our educational curriculum. So participating in these competitions definitely give you upper end when it comes to your placement sessions after your final year, and you sit in the industry interview or something. You definitely have an upper end from other students if you have those kind of knowledge. So as a couple of people mentioned about the mesh size and everything, you won't get in any of those courses which you are studying right now in your college days. So once you get into these, step into these competitions, Baha, FE, or any Supra or anything like that, then you definitely open your mindset, open your horizons, and you get a holistic approach of all these things, how industry works, how a particular business has to be set up. So I think definitely if somebody, any student is participating in an undergraduate level in these competitions, it broadens your entire mindset. I mean, enhances your learning experience.
Yes, sir. Perfectly right, and I would agree with whatever things you have said. Uh, yes, Harsha sir. So, if you think from a industry personnel perspective, do you think that is it important to have interaction of undergraduate students with industry personnel? And what kind of exposure should student look for whenever they have interactions with such personnel? And other than this, or with this, what options do they have to connect with industry? Yes, sir. Harsha, sir.
Yeah, so I strongly believe that students should have regular interactions with industry personnel, because from the interaction they can learn a lot of new areas with respect to what kind of challenges which industry personnel are facing while in their day-to-day work, and accordingly they can learn and incorporate those items in their design from their undergraduate phase itself. Also, it will also give them an opportunity to know how industry is moving forward in this coming days and the future, so that they can enhance their technical capabilities and be prepared for their future placements and future going into the next role in their life. So and apart from participating in events, maybe they can also do some internships or do some hands-on training with industry, so that they can be connected to that. So those are some of the areas they can look forward in future.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you for this. And with respect to internship, I would just like to add one experience here. Like with internship, you have or we have only 2 months with the industry. But if we participate a competition like FE Cycle or any other student competitions, the entire year they need to study and they need to work to build a vehicle. So from that perspective, yes, with to connect with industry personnel and with the FE cycle thing as in your hand, it is quite good. And along with that, you can, or rather, you will get internship if you show this that you have done these things in the college. Yes, sir. So rightly said, Harsha sir. Rahul sir, I would like to understand, as this was a virtual event this year, so which aspects do you think are difficult to assess in virtual, and which are easier as compared to physical event?
From virtual, if we see, to have a complete discussion related to all the design activities and the business plan they have done. Uh, from virtual perspective, it is better to, from their side, from student side, that to show whatever they have done, because we have a 3 hours of evaluation. And if we see from physical perspective, we are lagging the physical touch of vehicle. So how they actually worked upon those vehicles, how much efforts they have put in the vehicles, that would be very interesting to know if the virtual, instead of virtual, if physical event is there. So these two, we can say, have a difference.
Yes, yes. Perfectly right. That with the physical model, at least we can see that what efforts or what level of efforts they have put in. Pratik sir, yes sir, you would like to add here?
Yeah, it's just a funny thing. I mean, with virtual thing, we were not able to see the expressions of the people in front, right? So I don't know whether it was mandatory for the guys or not, for the participant, that they were supposed to turn off the video or not. But none of my team members turned on their video, so everybody was just video was blank. So they were actually reading few stuffs from Google right away, and I knew this thing because 2 days ago when I was refreshing my concepts, I wrote the same thing. So I mean, I can figure it out, right? They were reading the same definition from Wikipedia and just telling it right in front of my face. So I mean, that was something which is difficult to assess if you have not done through those things, and if you're not able to see their faces. So yeah, that's one challenge, I'll say.
Yes, yes. And also, I have experienced this thing that some of or whichever evaluations I conducted, some of the answers they were giving from the Google. If I ask a definition of some of the things, then they'll just read out the Google things. But correct that in the virtual, that this is the problem, and there are some network issues. Like if they have network issues, then we cannot ask them to switch on their videos. Otherwise, everything will go up. So yeah. Uh, Shekhar sir, I would like to understand if you were participant, SAE competition participant before, and what were your experiences like, and did you feel nostalgic during the evaluations? So first of
So
all,
this is a FM.
you were a participant for SAE competition, any SAE competition?
No.
Okay. Okay, so I think any other member who was participant for SAE competitions can raise the hand. Maybe Sahil sir. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes, I was a participant in a SAE event in 2013. So back there, I participated in Baha, and I remember my days. I went for the virtual session in Bangalore, and the judges were quite experienced who were evaluating my session. At that time, we just finished our course for the SolidWorks, and the questions they asked were such a high-level questions that we thought we will not pass the virtuals. But they were impressed by the overall presentation, and we were just praying, okay, let's just pray that we pass through the virtuals, and somehow we got through. And then we were into the actual fabrication of the vehicle phase. That was it was so much of learning in that phase, many things, not only technical, but related to the overall team coordination, because everyone in your team plays a very important role, and how you're coordinating as a team member with them is also one of the major learnings that you get through these events. Because as industry experts, all of us, we know how much a team can make a value towards the industry or towards the organization they are working for. So this is a very important learning that we got through. Every member of the team contributed so much steering, brakes, design, aesthetics, everything. So it was very nostalgic for me for judging these events and knowing that past back some years ago I was on the other side of the table.
Yeah, I think whoever participated in such competitions can relate whatever you said. Uh, yes, Ankit sir, I would like to understand from you that which aspects our current teams are lacking and should work on more, except CAE.
Suyuksan, except CAE, I think students should focus more on the design report integrity, which they are submitting and which they are telling at the time of virtual event. So what I felt was something is written in the reports. For example, they have considered 75 kgs per person as a weight apart from the curb weight. But while they are telling me something and while they are showing their presentation, design report presentation or overall presentation, they are having this weight as considered as 85 in that report. So some calculations which were based upon 75 in the design report are now mismatching with what they have considered later on. So I would like to suggest that teams, whatever you are doing, take it, do it. Some integrity should be there. Design report, CAE, and then presentation. Those all values should match. Should not be
Yes.
like that. Somewhere you have considered something else, and somewhere you have considered something else. And yes, again, I will again repeat CAE part. They should have some workshops, CAD workshops or something like that while they are in third year or while they are in second year, so that they can have a good exposure to the CAE part also, maybe.
Yes, sir, agreed, agreed. Uh, I would like to go with Pratik sir. What do you opine about our mentoring program and how can we get better at it? Did you think mentoring interactions have improved the quality of our teams? Before that, I would just like to give some background here that mentoring program this year, we have started from the start itself. We started this season in January, February, and in the March, we have allotted mentors to all the teams, March, April kind of thing, when they had started their design. And till these 3-4 months, mentors were having constant interaction with the teams. So I would like to understand your opinion with regarding the mentoring, Pratik sir.
Hi. So, I think I have been associated with Baha where mentoring was used to be done like a couple of years back when I was there. So there were mentors who used to guide their teams and everything like that. And so incorporating the same thing in FE, definitely it should be helpful. I can't comment whether it was helpful in the season or not, but a couple of things which I would like to point and which mentors can definitely do in next upcoming seasons is, so my team particularly, which I evaluated, and I've seen this in past as well, the teams try to take the same cost report, try to take the same design report and everything from the past year and make some changes here, little changes here and there. And there's like, okay, we have done this in the past, that's it. This is the same report, let's present it in front of the judges. But if you are experienced and if you really know, then you will be able to easily figure it out that it's copy pasted from last year. So the team which presented to me this year, the cost report, it's a blunt thing that they have copied it from the last year. I can tell you with the things that they have shown in that entire business plan and cost report. They were literally, they missed out the battery perspective in that because they changed some kind of battery in the entire design report. So they missed that battery cost in the actual cost report and did all the calculations, but missed the battery part in the cost report. So they just copied it, and I asked them whether it is copied. They're like, yeah, we took most of the things from last year, but there were few add-ons here and there. So I mean, if as a mentors, you can definitely guide a team or a participant that, hey, you need to go back to your report from last year and just don't blindly copy paste everything. You need to do some actual research by yourself. So otherwise it's the entire waste of efforts by a team if they are just copy pasting things from last year.
Yeah.
So that's one thing which mentors can definitely help out in future.
Yes, sir. Perfect. And I think these message should be passed on to all the mentors. Harvinder sir, you would like to add here? Harvinder sir?
Yes, Yogsan. So you were asking that is there anything the team was lacking? So I would like to add one improvement. Okay, so although they have done a lot of effort finding out the cost, they have kind of skipped considering whole life cycle cost of a vehicle. So starting from manufacturing to after sales and everything. So they have presented very big plans that we will have dealerships all around India. We will have very good aftermarket service. But when I ask about okay, where will you get money from? So that they don't have answer. They haven't even considered it in their cost also. So that thing they have to
Really?
keep in mind, because when they are presenting as a business to someone, okay, so they have to be very transparent
Yes.
with the investor that this is the capital you have to put in.
I think student community need to understand that business plan they are giving a presentation to the investors, not technical judges. So they should
Right.
present in a way that they can get some investment from that presentation. That is the first thought that they should have for the business plan, I think. Uh, yes. So let us have one question here that maybe Ankit sir, if you can have your thoughts on this. How was the mood during the evaluations? Were the participants nervous, stressed? Do you remember any funny moments from your evaluations?
Uh, Sayuk-san, I think there were a lot of such moments. Uh, Initially, they were very nervous, so I tried to make them, more comfortable. So what I did for all my teams, I asked them to please open for their video session for a while, and then we get introduced, and then within the introduction itself, we cracked some jokes, and then it was normal. So some of the teams they told me, so we are not we are not having such a good connection, or we are not having any idea that how we have prepared this, because we are all at our homes because of COVID crisis. One team, it was from Kerala, so they are not even having any idea. They were the first timers, so they didn't have any idea that what they are doing. They don't know CA, they don't know design, so they have done it, and I appreciated it, that whatever they have done. And I asked them to be frank enough. I will not be asking you anything else. You can ask me anything you want. So in that way, the mood was very light, and very comfortable environment was there. So till the end, they were like they want to ask me anything possible to improve next year, and I tried to give my best in that time.
Yeah, right. Sahil sir, I think you have something.
Yeah. One of the very funny moments which I had in my one of the evaluations was, when I was complimenting on good answers for the team. They were all yes sir, thank you, thank you. And when I was asking some tough questions, they will all mute themselves and take around 4 or 5 minutes to come back and then say, "Oh sir, there were network issues. I'm so we are sorry, we are sorry."
Can you repeat your
So
question
that
again?
was the moment. So that
Yeah.
was the moment I said, okay, I know what you're doing. Just don't do that again.
Maybe that was a googling moment.
Yeah. Or maybe they were just calling to their teammates of what should we do in this scenario.
Yes, maybe.
Yes. Harsha sir, I would like to understand from you that we have got some feedbacks from students that they felt time for evaluation should be more. Uh, so any thoughts on this, that evaluation time 3 hours we had given for 4 reports. So what do you think? It should be more?
For a virtual event, my opinion is the time is sufficient. Basically, if we manage it in a proper way, I think it is possible to do it in 3 hours, because it itself is exhaustive 3 hour session. And if we prolong it further, then people will get more stressed. So only suggestion is that maybe like allocating time based on, for example, design report for 1 hour, something like that, and then CAE report for another hour, and finally cost and business plan in the final hour. Maybe in that way, if we can do it, I think it is okay. Okay to complete the evaluation in 3 hours, and also giving feedbacks to them as well for improvement. So I feel that it is sufficient for the virtual event.
Yeah, right. And in continuation with that question, or whatever answer you gave, that we can manage time in 3 hours. So, do we need to split these sessions as design CA kind of non technical, and B plan and cost kind of non-technical? Shekhar sir, if you can put your comments on this.
Srivasan, I think the time, as Harshasan said, time was sufficient, and I'm agree with that. Time is okay, and splitting the session in different segment wise, what we can say, it's not actually required, because the vehicle design, when we think of the anything to design, we have a sequence of flow, we have a sequence of activities from the starting. What we are thinking to means, in this case, we are building a economical vehicle. So there is a thought of process, like first of all, we have to find out the sponsor, then business plan, then design, then CAE. So this is the sequence process. I think there is not required to split in the activities. Otherwise, it will have a very difficulties to judge in the sections.
Yeah, correct. And
So considering all the aspect, the sequence is very good, I think.
yeah, and my thoughts on this is like the session which we had, or evaluations which we had this year, like one judge for one team. So I think that was a correct thought, because the judge will understand each and everything from one team complete as a whole perspective, and then he can evaluate. But yeah, I think it was good, but just wanted to have suggestion from you guys. Pratik sir, you want to add here?
Yeah, definitely. So I think my team was the advanced technology thing, where they were supposed to present a couple of other ADAS factors. So I think 3 hours for an advanced team was little less. That's what I felt, because once you add ADAS and all those things, and people like teams just try to bring any random thing over there, like 4 or 5 systems, GPS, infotainment, this and that. So that takes time. And then there are certain set of questions, five or six additional questions related to ADAS. So I think particularly for this advanced section, 3 hours is a little bit lesser. Even if it was 3.5 hours, that would have been fine. I was able to complete in well within the 3 hours, but there were certain sections in CAE. If you go like, I really appreciate like your efforts put in by all the CAE experts over here in the group. Because there were certain questions, 5 or 6 advanced questions, which like nobody knew in my team. They just blanked out all those questions. Von Mises stress, all those kind of advanced questions. So those questions, a lot of time was saved over there. But if a team is actually well knowledgeable to answer those questions, then the 3 hours would have not been the right time frame for this evaluation.
Yeah, noted, sir. Harvinder sir, you would like to add?
Yes, I would like to add that although 3 hours are sufficient for evaluation, but when we say that actually this is intended to be an interaction with industry personnel also. So I think it should be increased. And if technical and B plan can be splitted, so that will be also good. So maybe 15 minutes of break, and then B plan can be extended to from 1 hour to 1.5 hours. So in that, maybe you can also share your learnings with the team. So it will be helpful, because otherwise it becomes like a viva. Matlab, you are asking
One-sided.
people questions, yes. So if you have some more time, maybe you will be able to interact freely, and you can dedicate some time to improve their learning also. You can share your own learning also. So that will also help them.
Yes, sir. Perfectly fine that we should also share our experiences and our thoughts with the students. Then only they'll get benefit
Right.
from these evaluations. Yes, sir. So
Absolutely.
Harvinder sir, I would like to understand from you that how effective were the virtuals if we compare them with the physical event. This is the first time that we have gone virtual, at least for the static kind of thing. Static as in design, CAE, business plan, and cost. These things have been evaluated virtually, and dynamic event are not possible this year as we know the situation. What is your opinion? Was this effective, and if compared to a physical event? And yes, sir, I would like to understand from you, Harvinder sir.
So I think it was effective, and even I got to know some of the team members that last year they had presented their vehicle and they faced some problem. Okay, but when this year they started with all the designing and CAE evaluations, they found out the actual root cause why it was happening, and they were able to make optimizations also. So I think when you talk about virtual mode, in that case, lot of effort goes in designing and optimizing. But when it is actually physical, I think people are in a hurry to kind of assemble the parts and go for the evaluation directly. So I think virtual assessment has some positives. On negative side, I can say on a physical vehicle, if they are evaluating something, or the actual failures they face only in physical vehicle. So maybe that point of view it was lacking, and maybe of course it is interesting also to see all the racing events and all. So I think that masala was missing.
Hmm.
Otherwise it was quite good.
Yeah, correct, sir. And I agree with you that whenever we were in college, we had set a target that our vehicle will be on road on this date. So that day was very exciting that we need to
Right.
have our vehicle on road on this date. So I think this part is missing this year with respect to physical event. Sahil sir, what do you opine about this?
The design target matches the actual vehicle target or not. So this was the one thing that was, like in previously we have checked what design they have made in, virtual scenario in software, and what actual vehicle has uh, come into place. So this thing I guess was lacking. Otherwise, uh, considering we had a lot of time studying all the reports, design report, CA report, cost report, it was the overall detailed analysis. And as you rightly mentioned, that one judge was evaluating all the parameters, so he was well aware about the team capabilities and the pros and cons of their design.
Mhm. Okay, with the previous question only, that how effective were the virtuals with respect to physical event? Rahul sir, you want to put your thoughts here?
Yes, as already mentioned that uh, what we have mentioned is that if we have done the physical event, then the most of the things they have mentioned in the bomb that they have required this much cycle time for doing such kind of activity, lathe machining operation, and all those things. So on virtual, it is just a calculation thing. But when if it is a practical approach, when they are doing on a complete system, then it will be altogether a different thing. So that piece of actual physically doing on a vehicle, the work, actual tightening a bolt of the vehicle, so that physical touch is missing. So if that would be possible, then it would be a great learning from individual student perspective. Because to have a virtual discussion that we have designed this vehicle and we have uh, a system like in this shape, it is easy to understand on the CAD. But when we are putting that CAD thing and design thing in an actual practice thing on a physical vehicle, it will be a complete different thing. And That physical touch would give them more, what I can say is more informative kind of thing, more experience regarding the actual things.
Yeah, correct. And if I see here, like whatever we have learned regarding DFMA, manufacturing and assembly, we really learn from that, from the actual vehicle assembly that we make. From the design, yes, we can learn design and how to design those parts, and we make assembly. But if that bolt or nut fits there or not at the motor mounting, that you will learn from the vehicle assembly itself. So from DFMA perspective, physical event is really important. Perfectly
Yes,
agree.
and just to add, when actual vehicle fails in the physical event, then you can previously, while doing the design, while doing the DFME of things, we can predict that this failure may occurs, but how will it occur and how will actual looks like,
Yeah.
all those things. So that is one of the missing portion in a virtual event.
Yes, yes. Agreed, agreed. Okay. Uh, so any one of you can share any what we can say you will remember for at least 3 4 years from now, from the evaluation thing, whatever you did, which thing you liked, and some of the interesting or funny things, if you think that you will remember for at least 4 5 years. We would like to understand. Harsha sir, you may chip in here.
I think this is the first time I am evaluating for the FE cycle event. So after 7 years coming out of the college, interacting with university students was a very good experience. It actually made me feel nostalgic, and also gave me some new energy to work in my environment also. Basically, if we go back to the college days, those were the days wherein you used to be real yourself and do all the hands-on stuff. And when I interacted with the participants, I also felt the same thing, connected with them. That is one thing. Second thing is that they were very much innovative and enthusiastic in their approach, and really they were very much able to defend their proposals in a analytical and logical way. And that I felt, because when I look back at my college days, so these kind of events, I felt that I should have also participated much in this kind of events. So, and that was very much interesting. And finally, whatever feedbacks which were provided to them, they were very much quite receptive, and also wanted to learn more and try to improve their design. So, and these are the three key takeaways which I'll be taking from this event. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Yes. I think Chakit sir has also joined. Hello, Chakit sir. Um the question here was, what interesting thing you remember from evaluations that you did? At least you will remember those for maybe next 4 5 years. Were there any funny things from the team side? Chakit sir, I would like to understand your views on this. Along with that, you can just introduce yourself, and then continue for the for your thoughts on this question.
Yeah, hi, hello everyone. My name is Chakit. Suyog, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Perfect.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hi, my name is Chakit, and uh, I'm working for.
Hello, sir. Is it a problem with my network, or everyone is facing the same problem that you are not able to hear? So, sir, Chakit sir,
Chakit
we
San's
are not
connection.
able to hear you.
Chakit San's connection is, I think, weak.
Mhm.
Okay, just a second.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, okay. So I was saying that I was associated with the Epicycle in 2018 also, which was held at LPU Jalandhar.
Mhm.
And this time it was a virtual event, which was first of its kind. I guess we all enjoyed very much, and it was good that even from our homes and the students from their respective campuses were able to successfully complete this event. It was very commendable on the part of the organizing committee as well as the students. Everyone did a great job, and from my evaluations, what I remember is I evaluated two teams, and both of them were very enthusiastic. One of them were first time participants, and I was really impressed by their efforts for the first time team. They were all first year and second year students. For first year and second year students, they had really good exposure to some new tools, and their enthusiasm was really commendable. This was a virtual event, so I didn't think that people will be so much energetic and enthusiastic for this event, because obviously in a actual physical competition, you get to enjoy more the events, and you get a
Yeah.
little bit feel uh, you can feel everything a bit better in a bit better way. So even in the virtual event, students were equally enthusiastic, which was very good to see.
Yeah, right. And I personally have seen this, that they were really active from last 4 months. Whatever they were doing, they were doing it with lack of connectivity with their team members. They were at different places, and still they were trying to have their design completed by the date that we provided. So I was also impressed with these
Yeah.
things, with this virtual world. As a student, if we see them as a student, we are kind of know what virtual world goes like. And but if we see them as a student, then yes, it is really commendable from their side that they have, as a captain or vice captain, it was very difficult job to maintain coordination with the team members, but still they have tried
Yeah.
very well, and it is quite commendable and fantastic job. uh,
Yes. Yes.
so Rahul sir, I would like to understand, or rather I would like to understand from any one of you, as this is the last question for today's podcast, uh, that any one of you can answer. I'll start with Rahul sir, that what is your message to the teams who wish to sign up for Epicycle in the subsequent years you would like to give? What should they learn a priori, and which aspects should they focus on?
Okay. If we see the teams, both the teams which I have evaluated, the basic thing which I thought is missing from their side is the literature survey. When you are uh, porting your when you are having a product which you are keeping in the market, you want to launch in the market, then a basic literature survey need to be firstly done. So basic understanding of each and every component, and the business plan they have prepared is very good. It's all the cost details, all the aspects they have covered, but they should think from the realistic point of view, that they are projecting cost of around 10 crore, 31 crore. So where those money will come from? they are actually buying. They are proposing that they will buy a land of around 1 acre and 2 acres. So, and as per the government rules, they will get the funds. But they also get more realistic that if the plan A is not working, if government funding is not available, then what should be the plan B?
Yes.
So these all small aspects, but and these are the practical aspects. All the because at the end cost will affect everything. So at the end they need to understand that practically they should think on each and every aspect. And from the design perspective, they need to collect all the backup data, because the design thing they have done each and for each and every component they have done deep design analysis along with CAE. But basic backup data, why we have selected this amount, why we have taken the factor of safety 1.1 only, no, why not 1.5? So basic understanding they have to collect more.
Mhm. Yeah. Sahil sir, would you like to add your message here?
Yes. I evaluated 3 teams, one in the last weekend and two this weekend. So my message to team, what I felt was that their basic standard report format was even not complete for all the teams. Like the standard format was given by the technical committee to them, and they were missing many points in that standard format. There were many grammatical errors. There were many points missing in that paper. So that is one of the major things that I found in that was lacking in the teams. Along with this, the basic calculations for the steering, stopping distance, those were pretty much not clear to them. They had good CAD models and good views aesthetically, but the basic things like how they reached the stopping distance, how did they calculated the turning radius, those were missing this time, I felt. Apart from this, as Rahul San also mentioned about the business plan, their presentation was in a good format, but there was no backup data, like from where they are getting the cost, from where they are getting the quotations. Even some of the teams were not having the quotations. They just guessed the prices of the components. It was easy for them to get the quotations, but that study was not done. So what I feel was it was looking overall from outside it was good, but once you go into the depth, that knowledge was lacking.
Okay. Yeah. Ankit sir, would you like to give your message to the teams?
Yeah, Suyog-san. Okay, so first of all, I would like to again congratulate all the teams who have participated this year virtually, despite of COVID crisis. And then for these teams only, I would like to request them to please start working on the feedbacks given by all the judges. And for the first timers, those who are going to be the first timers next year, for those, I think they should first of all they should go through the FSCycle rule book sincerely, and that nothing should be missed. And I think rule book itself is having everything. I'm telling about the fasteners, about also fasteners criteria is also there,
Yes.
and everything is there. So they should go through the rule book first for the next year, and they should try to learn more about CE and CFD, and they should also visit the nearby industries around their colleges if possible. If COVID crisis is not there, they should visit on their own, making a group of 5 or 6, and they should visit any factory. Is small scale industry is also okay. Maybe refrigerator industry or these kind of industry you can have it in every small city also. So I think that's all from my side. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Any other member would like to add here a message to the teams? Can raise hands. Uh, I would request Chakit sir to add something you would like to add, or message to the teams that what went well and what should they prepare a priori whenever they are trying to register for such competitions.
Yeah, I would like to add that the teams basically should think a little bit from a practicality point of view also. I understand that most of them, like all of them, are college students, and most of them do not have some industrial or market exposure. but I think something this is something that they should try to get before entering such competitions. A little bit of practicality would actually enhance their performance way too much. Little bit out of the books and see how actual things work in the market. And one more thing I would like to add that from the CAE part, I think as as a group from FE Cycles, we have promoted finite element analysis as one of the major techniques. But students seem to be aware only of that particular technique, and they think that CAE is only limited to that. So my one suggestion would be to the students as well as to the mentors in the organizing committee that we should try to promote other CAE tools also in order to make students aware about the other techniques, and they should know what are the applicability, because in industry many techniques and many tools are used, and all the teams were restricted to only one. So it was a little, I saw some scope that teams can also indulge in something like that. That would be very beneficial for them also for future's perspective.
Yes, sir. Yes. Rightly said by you that with respect to CAE, the teams, or we need to make teams understand that they need to learn more from the CAE point of view, because most of these things are not directly taught in the college, and you need to go back and study on yourself. And in engineering, we can say that self-study is really important if you go for such competitions. So, anyone would like to add here anything, or okay? Here we come to an end of this podcast, and Shekhar sir, if you would like to add on the previous question, that message, you may.
Yes, thank you. I would like to add one comment from my side. One of the team I was evaluating, and they have mentioned. I asked a twist, twister question to them. The drive selection and the comfort criteria of the occupant, both how the relation of the comfort and the drive selection. So this question, first of all, they got some confusion. Okay, how this is a comfort and it's a design part. How it will have a comfort to the occupant. So just I ask, what was your criteria while selecting the drive? Not only because of this readily available in the market, you are purchasing from the online and you are just putting into your vehicle, and the format is ready, calculations you are referring the old reports, so you are what additionally you are doing from your side. So new technique is there, efforts calculation, vehicle drag. I asked them the CFD part. Did you calculate the vehicle drag for this, just to minimize the efforts of occupant while driving manually? So we have
Yeah,
to
correct.
incorporate the drag also.
Yes, correct. So whatever we are doing, or whatever we are designing, it should be, or we should take care of whatever efforts, driving efforts we need to come across. Like for the steering effort, then pedaling effort, these things we need to uh, think upon, and are those in our human range? We should think on that perspective also. Correctly said by you. Or if you want to add from your side at the end of this session, as we are going to end this session, you can raise your hands. Yes, Pratik sir, you can add your comments.
So one thing, Suyog, I think as a student or as a participant, when I participated in all these competition, one concern that most of us had is how is the evaluation taking place? Is it fair enough? Is it normalized? So one thing which I would really like to appreciate in this virtual event this year particularly, and I think it can go to the students as well, that the overall pattern of evaluation this year was, I find it very interesting. It was really normalized. The kind of question that were already given and the points that were supposed to give in those questions, it was, I think if judges are being fair enough, then everything will get normalized itself. I knew that in past seasons we used to do it later on a couple of times. I mean, we go back to few scoring sheets, but I think this particular session in this virtual event, this thing was really admirable, and you guys have put in a lot of good efforts, and this message can convey to the students, because they have those concerns every time. They used to have this concerns, how is our scoring being done?
Yes,
Was
yes,
it
yes.
fair enough or not? Yeah.
Yes, I can resonate with your the thoughts that the student community has questions with respect to evaluations every year, and whatever evaluations I did, I also got a sheet where all the criterias are given and the distribution with respect to marks, that 2 marks for particular this criteria. If that satisfies, you can give 2 marks or 1 mark. So at this much level, we have done a detailing work from the evaluation side, and I think this is going to be useful from the team's perspective also. Yeah, thank you for adding this point. Yes, Sahil sir, you would like to add here?
Yes, we have given a lot of improvement points for the students. I would also like to give a compliment, a positive feedback for the efforts of the students. We must understand that they are a very small percentage of the whole engineering committee that are taking the lead to be in such events, and whatever knowledge they are having, less or more, or even mistakes they are making, they are in the learning phase, and they will get through this learning phase and make a big contribution to the industry as a whole. uh, because right now we all know that there are so many engineering colleges, and the students participating in the essay events are a very small percentage of that whole community. So we must also appreciate their efforts, and great efforts by all the students, all the judges, and the organizing committee. Commendable.
Yes, yes. Yes, Chakit sir, you would like to add here?
Yeah, my one suggestion to all the teams, that while evaluating, when a judge asks you anything, I think it would be better that you stay honest, and you should be knowing your coordinates. If a judge asks you, if an evaluator asks you something, that did you do this, then tell him honestly that did you. I mean, don't take a judge like he won't notice or something, because they are already working in a professional environment, and it would really help. It will actually give a good impression if you just accept that no, we have not considered this aspect, we didn't know about this. Some students try to brag about something of which they don't have enough or sufficient know-how, and then it really disappoints that if they don't know, that's acceptable, but they should be willing to learn after that. But sometimes it happens that students are like very rigid on some points. So people should be knowing their coordinates, and they should just accept that we didn't consider this. That way they can learn and maybe perform better next year.
Yes,
That is my
yes,
one.
yes. Noted, sir. Like, this is the important thing, that team should be receptive, whatever the judge has to say or comment from their side, because we are going to or we are evaluating whatever they are showing to us. On that basis only, we are evaluating them. So yeah, agreed with your point. I think we are at the end of our podcast, and thank you for joining. And here, I would like to congratulate all of our teams for successfully completing all the evaluations, basically virtual evaluations, and having good coordination within the teams also. As a captain and vice captain, they have performed really well with along with the team members, and whatever we have seen, the quality of the reports and evaluations, that were quite good. And yes, of course, they would increase their level next year. So all the best to all the teams for their results also for FE Cycle 2020. And thank you all the judges for joining this session. It was a very nice interaction with you all. For me, it was also a learning session from you. Thank you. Thank